Well, good morning and welcome to Linear Fisheries. Now, I've not fished here for many years, but I have spent many a night here, probably 6-7 years ago. And I'll tell you what, I love this lake. Every swim is completely different. The topography of the lake is incredible. And the key to Hardwick, well, it used to be anyway, was using your marker float and getting your spots absolutely accurate with the right depths. It's paramount that you find the shallowest area in front of you, because trust me, you can be a rod length out and you'll be straight into the abyss. So my marker float in this session is going to be a vital bit of kit, and obviously using my eyes and getting myself on the fish as well. This is not the best time to be looking. You know, the sun's well high in the sky now. It's probably about 10 o'clock in the morning and we're not expecting them to be jumping out and telling them where they are. But what we have got the advantage of at the minute is it's flat calm and you can see every little pinprick that makes the surface, and they're the little telltale signs of where the carp are, you know, them little moving trails of bubbles. Now I've seen a few, not so much bang in front of me, but over to the left in the slightly deeper water. It's a good swim this, it's a good area, you know, if they are in front of this swim, there's some very good spots, but I have to use my marker float to locate them and get my rods bang on the money. So yeah, we're gonna get the kit off the barra, get that marker float out, find them spots and give them a little bait. And I've always fished on this lake with bait. Singles, you know, not really the one, even though it is spring and you can do very well on the singles. You know, I want to get a little bit of bait out there. I want to get a little spot established, because the weather we've got coming in the next few days is perfect for carp fishing. The last week or so, the pressure has been horrible, 1,040 odd. Tonight it starts dropping. Tuesday and Wednesday looks absolutely epic. So a little bit of bait on them shallow areas. Hopefully we'll get a monster few. Right, let's have a little talk about swim choice and the area that I've actually found my marker float. So we're on peg 37 on the Hardwick side of things, where the two pylons meet on the main stalk. That was always the spot, and I believe it's called the hot spot because of that area. But I've had several, maybe more than several, probably about 15-20 casts now with my marker float. Now I'm not too fussed what the bottom is, because I know what it's going to be, gravel. You know, I'm fishing pretty much on a bar. At about 21 wraps, I guess, it sort of levels off at about 13.5, 14 foot deep. And as you get to sort of 19.5/19, it starts peaking. It's not mad, it's not bosh, it just comes up by a foot, not by a lot though. You've probably got about that much play, and then it drops down into 14s again. So, you know, level, up a little bit and then drop. So I'm gonna try and get myself, I will get myself bang on top of it and maybe just on the back of it. You know, it's not going to roll down the back of it because it's not steep enough, but I'll be presented really well there. So yeah, about 19 1/3, 19 1/4 wraps. That is without a doubt the shallowest area, and that's the most important factor here, the shallowest area in that area of water. Whenever I've fished in peg 4, peg 5, that's the key. Getting on top of them bars, especially in spring. I'm going to get probably 12-15 spoms and then 3 rigs straight over the top, and then we'll play it by ear via the adjustable zig, because the weather this evening is going to get very nice, a bit more overcast and a nice mild night ahead. So hopefully they'll be getting their heads down on my bait and I can show you some lovely Hardwick Smiths carp. Well, apart from popping the bobbins on, them rods are absolutely perfect, and the spotting also very accurate. And that is the key to it, you know, making sure every spom lands on the spot, and you repeat the process with your fishing rods. Now, I've gone for 3 on a spot because, you know, it's linears that all the lakes at Linear are the same, you know. They're sort of pack feeders. They're not going around in 1s and 2s and you're nicking the odd bite here. When they're on you, you can have it off, and you've only got to look out and watch them on the surface. You know, there's not one there and one there. They're all together, you know, they're in the size of a bivvy, all plodding around, enjoying their lives. And when they find your baited spot and start feeding, it's that same sort of thing, you know. You're getting, I can't tell you how many, but multiple fish, you know, coming onto your spot. And it's a real good way of maximising your chances, you know. You might only get an hour here, an hour there of feeding, but with 3 rods on the spot, you've got every chance, like I say, of a couple of bites. And yeah, the baiting, hemp, corn and boilie in one bucket. And I pretty much left that straight out of the bag, you know, straight out of the corn, out the tin, and the boilie was straight out of the bag, and so with the hemp. But the pellets, you know, I introduced loads, and I mean a fair bit, about half a tub of smart liquid on there, the fish one. Now the reason why I've introduced it onto the pellet rather than the hemp and the corn is because the hemp and the corn, they're already wet. They've already absorbed all their natural juices that they sit in when they sit in their tins or in the freezer. But the pellet, you know, it's very dry. So anything you add to that, like a sponge, it will suck it up. And I want that smart liquid getting to the bottom. You know, if I put it on the hemp or the corn, it's just gonna cover it. When it hits the surface, it's just gonna flood off from the top, you know. But I want that pellet and that smart liquid getting to the bottom, sending food signals back up to where these carp are cruising over, and I've got a chance from popping down and jumping on the rigs. And the rigs, you know, I say, it's quite a simple little rig, but there's a few elements that make it really stand out, you know. Number one, it's never gonna tangle that 20-pound IQ. Number two, if I do get picked up and mugged off, you know, it's gonna flip back out and it's gonna present back how it was. And number three, it is very, very quick change, you know. It's like I think it's a slip DIQD rig. So, you know, all you gotta do is change your hook and you're back fishing within seconds, maximising more time your fishing rods are in the water. So yeah, that's for that. Hook bait choice, I went with a little snowman with size 4s, a little sail straight out of the bucket with a little 8mm pink and white topper on, and I put loads of squid goo on that, little white squid goo on it. And the other one's got double fake corn. Plenty of corn in the mix. I know there's a bit fishing linear that hasn't eaten a bit of corn in its life, so having a bit of double fake corn out there, you're onto a winner. Now the clocks went forward the weekend, so we gained an extra hour of light, and yeah, I'm gonna make the most of that. Keep an eye on the water. Hopefully there'll be a few bubbles, a few boshes over the spot, which would leave me very, very confident into the night.